Hey guys, so as some people are building up some of their first 5 3s, 5 3 by 1, a lot of people are coming in and asking me like, hey, is it okay to have a negative in attack power, a negative in defense reduction, negative in attack speed, move speed, whatever it might be, right? And while my normal answer is to tell them ideally you should avoid having these just because for the most part it is an inconvenience, but two, it does get you gate kept quite a bit for having even a single negative malice, unless you're like a support with like attack power reduction, right? Supports with attack power reduction, that pretty much does nothing to you. And also defense reduction, if you're running heavy armor 3, that basically cancels it out completely. But for the most part, people see, let's say, a DPS with like attack speed reduction or move speed reduction, and they're like, automatic gatekeep. I don't want this guy. This guy does not know how to build their character and did not put in the effort, time, funding into their character to make it work without malices. And while I would mostly want to avoid having these malices, I'd say they're actually not the worst things in the world. And for the most part, actually, level 1 malice for a lot of these actually makes zero difference in your gameplay and how well you do. And I'll explain why in just a little bit. But the attack power malice is definitely one that you want to completely avoid as a DPS. There's no way to make back that minus attack power, and it will affect you, of course. Of course, it's like 2% is not like a huge deal, but it is a decrease in your damage. But the thing is, when it comes to attack speed reduction and move speed reduction, you can actually make up for this. So having -1 in this, if you actually can't get a setup that, avoids having a malice, having 1 in attack speed and having 1 in move speed is really not a big deal at all. And here is why. As you can see, I am here at Peto, right? I'm here at the ship, the island called Peto. And here on this ship, you can go up to the deck and talk to this bartender guy, Volta, and he will have these wines. So you have Aeolon's Blessing here, and you have Vernice Wine here. So as you can see, what Aeolon's Blessing does is it increases your attack speed by 3%, and Vernice Wine increases your move speed by 3%. And if you look at the malices here, your attack speed for level 1 is -2% attack speed, and your malice for move speed is -2% move speed. So even if you have a level 1 malice in attack speed or move speed, you can actually just drink one of these wines and it will make up for that entire malice and also give you an extra 1% attack speed or move speed for that. So it basically cancels it out completely and you don't have to worry about the negative. It will actually have zero effect on you. And that's why it's actually not terrible to have a negative in these malices. Of course, the malice for like defense reduction is going to be more impactful for you, but at the end of the day, if you're good enough at the game to dodge attacks, it's not a big deal. The one you really want to avoid is attack power reduction, because there pretty much is no way for you to avoid and make up for this, right? And ideally, if you're adding any sort of stats to your character, you want to have as much attack power as possible. Even though there are some like foods that'll give you like attack power and stuff like that, those are still reduced, right, by the percentage. And also you want to have as much attack power as possible. So really, attack speed reduction and move speed reduction, if you have one of them, it really isn't a huge deal because there is food like this. And when you come to Peto, you can buy it. Now, granted, the one annoying part is every time you purchase one of these, you do have to wait an entire minute to purchase it again, but you can always be watching something on the side or doing something else and continue to purchase these throughout the day, and it's 1,000 silver each. But the other thing is that if you don't want to do this, right, because you have to sit here, wait for them to come back, and also every time you die, you lose it, like you lose the food that you eat, there is another way to make up for this as well. So right now, I'm at my Stronghold. And the reason why I'm here is because you can actually mitigate the effect of the malice of your attack speed and move speed here as well. See, you can make a feast and you can get the 3.5% attack speed and move speed for that. So every time you have a negative in your attack speed and move speed, that can be made up by the feast as well. So again, a -1 in either of those pretty much means nothing because you can just completely counteract it with a feast as well. And the nice thing about the feast is that you don't need to reapply this every time you die. You see, with the food themselves, if you want to every time you die, you lose the food, right? So I eat one of these, drink one of these wines, I go into the fight. If I die, this goes away. But with feasts, that doesn't happen. Now, granted, feasts are quite a bit more expensive than the food because you have to buy all these materials. You'd have to have all these materials to do it, and you also have to pay gold. And with the food, you only have to pay 1,000 silver. But if you want the convenience of not having to drink a wine or whatever every time you die, this is also a very viable option as well. It basically makes up for everything that you lost with the minus attack speed and move speed. So this is really just kind of like a PSA for everybody who's trying to build their character up. If you really can't avoid having the malice and you're really trying to get the 5x3 or 5x3x1, if you can get that with getting the minus attack speed or move speed, you can make it up. And also, if you're looking at somebody's profile and you're trying to gatekeep people, maybe think twice about somebody if they have a minus attack speed or move speed, because those people might well be just eating a feast or having a food to make up for the missing attack speed and move speed, and will be perfectly fine in the raid. But of course, at the end of the day, if you can avoid that malice, that would be ideal, right? But some people, depending on their money, depending on what's available in the market, might not be able to do that. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please let me know down in the comment section below. And also, as per usual, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit the like button, hit the sub button, ring the bell for notifications, and every night I stream on twitch.tv/RisoXTrue starting at 10 p.m. PST. So hopefully I'll see you guys on my stream, but if not, hopefully I see you guys on the next video. All right, guys, peace out.